Hello everyone and welcome to a Redstone tutorial for the Minecraft Bedrock Edition. My name is Glitch. Today we're going to look at a hidden entrance that uses a trap chest for the trigger. And I brought you into my survival world so we can demonstrate how the build works. So here I have my newly acquired gold ingot, and I'm going to go ahead and go over to my closet, open up the door. We have two chests in here. We open both, nothing happens. However, if we come over to the sword and change its position, come back, open the trap chest on the bottom, a couple of pistons push the sword out of the way, come in, drop the gold off, and come out. Now if we wanted to also make this totally secret, we could shut the door, put the pistons back, and after we are done with our business here in the treasure vault, we could come out and use the lever to push the chest out of the way, open the door, and we are out, and our secret is safe. And all we have to do is change the position of our sword again, and the door is locked. Now, because this design is dependent on the mechanic of pistons being able to push and pull containers, it is an exclusive design for the Bedrock Edition. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into a creative world and jump right into the build. For this build, you're going to need the following materials: one regular chest, one trap chest, 4 regular pistons, 2 levers, one door of your choice. I use dark oak because it's my favorite, 8 repeaters, about a half a stack of structure blocks, one stair that matches the wall that you are putting the build into, and you will also need at least 1 or 2 blocks to go under the trap chest that match the wall to help it be hidden. Some redstone dust, 5 slabs, 1 light emitting block. I tend to use jack-o'-lanterns whenever it's something that's going to be hidden from view. For the lock, you're going to need 2 comparators, 1 item frame, and 1 non-stackable item. For this build, we'll be using a sword. You will need an area that is 10 blocks wide by 6 blocks deep. This will include the wall for the build. You will also need to dig down 2 blocks for each of the circuits that we're going to put in on either side of the corridor. For the purpose of the tutorial, I went ahead and set up an area complete with the wall and the floor level. You will notice a smooth stone setup, which will eventually be where our item frame goes, and also the area is set up behind the build with the at 2 blocks below. For our first step, we're going to need to place in our door. So take your door, and because we want it to cover up the pistons on this side, you'll want to enter the door frame, face opposite direction, the direction where the hinges are going to go, face the corner, and then place the door. Now what this should do is have it open and close from the right hand side. Next, take out your lever. Need to break this block out. And using the block that the door is on, place the lever on the underside of that block. After this, you want to activate it. This will close the door. Now the reason we do this is because when the trap chest gives off its redstone signal, the lever will cancel out the trap chest signal on the block where the door is. And this will keep the door from slamming in your face whenever you use the build. Next, we're going to need to put in our pistons. So let's take out a block that matches the wall. Then we're going to put in a couple of temporary blocks on each side. Come up, take out your regular pistons. 1, 2, and look in the opposite direction. 1, 2. Now let's go ahead and take that block out, and we can take that block out. And I'm going to go ahead and replace this one now because we'll need that to also match so that someone can see through. It still looks like the same thing. Next, you want to take out your structure blocks and you're going to place one block here, skip a block, one block here, skip a block, one block here, and then you want to go skip one block to the right and place one more block here. Next up, we're going to take our repeaters. We want to place one repeater facing into this block, another repeater facing into that block, one more repeater facing this direction, and then we're going to place one more in this direction. Now you want to take this repeater between the second and third block and place that on 1 tick delay. Next, we need to take out our redstone dust. We're going to place one piece there, one piece here, and also one piece here. Now this will form the falling edge monostable circuit that will move the pistons after, and only after, the trap chest is closed. First we have to get the signal up there. Let's go ahead and we'll put 2 structure blocks here and we're going to start working our way up. Now, since I'm going to assume that you want to use the lock, we're going to build out from there. So let's go out like this and one more here. Now, and then we'll come over here, put one in the back of piston, over, and join. Now all we have to do is connect up the redstone dust in between and come up to here. Now here, if we were going to go without the lock, we would simply continue the redstone to the piston. Let's go ahead and quick give it a test. And trap test, put it down, opens, and it closes. Now of course we can't push it back at the moment because we don't have anything on the other side, but that is basically how it works. And let's go ahead and show it from the other side. Back up a little bit. You'll see down here, you'll see the redstone is starting to react, but nothing up here is activating. But as soon as we close it, the signal passes through and the chest is moved. And we'll go ahead and take that out. For the other side of the door, it's pretty much the same thing except in reverse. So let's go ahead and we place a block underneath the piston, skip one block, and skip one block. And for the repeaters, they are identical. So let's go ahead and one repeater here, one repeater here. This is the one that we will put on the 1 tick. One more here. Go ahead and put that on the 1 tick we need. And one here. Then again, for the redstone, the dust here, piece of dust here, and then here. Now, for this particular part, all we have to do is get the signal up to the piston. So we can truthfully just build out like, come up one, go ahead and knock that, knock that one out. And then we simply need to connect the piston up. So here. And then this should be the redstone as far as the actual piston door all set up. Let's go ahead and give it a test. Come back here to the front. And we'll go ahead and put our trap chest down. And open. It's pushed. Open. And it's back. And then all we would simply need to do is get out the regular chest, face the piston, place it in, and then if the corridor was there, that would mask it. So now both will move. Now the reason I suggested bringing a light emitting block into the mix is because when you go to set this build up, there is enough room within the build for mobs to spawn. So this is where our slabs and the light emitting block come in. Let's go ahead and we're going to first off place in our slabs and go 5 back. That'll bring us even with the build. Go one more just for good measure. Now because in Bedrock Edition slabs are a transparent block, if we place a jack-o'-lantern under there, it will light up both sides of the build and prevent mobs from spawning in here. If you're concerned about it, you can also place torches in the wall in the area you dug out. But if we go ahead and let's build a quick corridor here. And this is where our one stair comes in also, because we will need that so we can still use our chest. Go ahead and place our stair upside down like that, and we'll just close this off. Now, here inside this, even if we close this off, we also, with the light emitting blocks, because slabs are transparent, we light up the corridor without the use of any torches or anything that's going to give off a particle effect, and therefore we also prevent mobs from spawning in here. Now, last but not least, let's look at the lock. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come here to the smoothstone piece, and we're going to take out our item frame and our sword. Now remember, item frames will give off a redstone signal based on the item they are, and depending on the item that is in the item frame, they will give a stronger signal depending on the position of the item. So presently, this is in the 1 o'clock position, and it's at the weakest point. If it's facing straight up, it's the strongest output. Now, let's go ahead and go around and back here. So what we want to do is you want to take a comparator, come over here, and place a comparator down. You'll notice that it reads that there is a signal coming out of the item frame. And then we're going to break this piece of redstone dust, place a comparator down, and place it into subtract mode. This means that the signal strength coming out of this comparator will be subtracted from what's going in the back, and therefore not enough signal will come to get through the comparator and activate the piston. So let's go ahead and quick join those up, then come back around. We open, and now the door is locked. You will also notice that the door itself does not move through this whole process. It's still independent, but it does not move. Then all we have to do is change the position of the item frame, and the door is unlocked. Last but not least, we're going to take a lever. And as I said in the introduction, if you want to have some way to hide the build, all we have to do is place a lever down right here, because that will connect through to that redstone. Then if we use that lever, it extends the pistons. Now if the chests were there, it would push them out of the way. That gives us a way to close them and make it completely secret to everyone who comes through. I hope you found this video useful, and if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a like. Consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this, and I hope we'll see you again soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.